Hello people. What I have in front of me here is a second-hand engine that's about to go into a car as a replacement. Before I do this, I want to replace the rear main seal. This one is leaking or weeping, so it's a very good time to replace the seal. Obviously, once the bolts for the flex plate come off, you can mark the orientation. Now if we have a look here on the underside of the flex plate, you can see there's a oil splattering and staining from where the rear main seal has been leaking. You can actually see the seal there, and it's quite wet and damp. Before we even begin to pull the seal out, it's important just to clean it all off. Make sure that no dirt gets into the engine once we remove that seal. I'm just using some degreaser here and some rags just to clean it up and make sure it's ready to pull that seal out. It's always important at this stage to double check that the seal that you're about to put in is the correct seal that you've brought. Sometimes you can get the wrong one, or it can be for the wrong engine. This is the new seal that will be fitted in, and it does appear to be the correct one. It's also important here to have a look at how this original seal is sitting into the block. This one isn't flush with the block, it's actually pressed in a little bit further. This is my seal removal tool, and it will just pierce the seal, and then I will be able to lever the seal out in one go. You need to make sure that when you use this tool that you don't actually scratch the surfaces where the seal runs, as that will induce a leak later on. You can see here I'm just hammering it through the rubber seal, then it will just be a matter of levering that seal out of the position. You can see here sometimes it takes 2 goes just to make sure that you've fully got that in there, and the seals can sometimes sit in there quite tightly, but it's no match for a seal removal tool. You can see once the seal comes out that there was a lot of oil behind it. That's how it should be, and here is the old seal. There's no chance that that seal can be reused since damaging it like that, but inspecting the seal shows that it is quite old and aged and brittle, and obviously lost any ability to actually seal on that crankshaft correctly. The next step now is to clean up the surface where the seal had just been removed. Obviously there's going to be oil and dirt and debris in here. I'm just using a lint-free cloth here to try and get in there and get as much dirt as possible. I'd also suggest some degreaser in here as well, just to wash all that oil out and make sure that the surface is clean when you reinstall the new seal. I'm also just checking the surface in which that the seal sits on the crankshaft, just making sure that there's no scoring or damage and that the new seal will be able to do its job. Make sure you spend a few moments examining where the seal is going to sit, making sure that it's perfectly clean and there's nothing that could damage the seal or prevent it from sealing correctly. Once it's all fully cleaned, we want to install our new seal. I suggest putting oil over the crankshaft and on the mating surfaces, and also some of the oil onto the actual seal itself. This will ensure that when you press it in, that the seal doesn't bind up or deform and cause a leak later on. It's also important to make sure that the seal goes in its correct orientation, and that's with the spring side in towards the oil. Now it's a matter of just slipping it into place, making sure that that seal doesn't fold up as you're pressing it in. It's important also to press it in evenly so that it doesn't bind up. Now a few taps of a soft mallet will sit that seal into its position, or at least it's sitting it flush with the block. Now this particular engine needed the seal pushed right back in. I found using the old seal as a means to hit it in a little bit further worked perfectly. You can see here just working my way around, making sure that that seal is pushed right in. You can see now that it's sitting well in underneath the depth of the block, and that's in its perfect location. With the seal replaced, it's now time to reinstall the flex plate. Make sure it lines back up to the markings that you may have had, or to the correct bolt hole orientation. You can see that it is easy to mix this up, so it is important to mark it. Unfortunately, the marks on my crank actually came off and they're a little bit hard to see. It's important also to note that there is some thread locker on these threads, so it's important to make sure that those threads are clean, dry, and have new thread locker placed on them. Be sure to torque them up to correct specs, and then you're done. Hey, now thanks for watching. If you liked the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Check out some of my other videos, and thanks for watching.